Hi Scorpio, welcome to your December 2018 general tarot reading. It's Raina here. Just shuffling the cards. Since somebody said, we see the cards, and it's like, you know, okay, since I think they meant, can you see me putting them out here, because in case I might be choosing them behind the scenes. Well, here you go. And by the way, the only reason I did that was because that other deck that I use had a couple of cards had markers on it. So I didn't want to be able to see that while I was picking it. So takes all kinds. And then the final one. Okay, because that's that card, I'm picking another one. Okay, we're gonna do this until we get it right. Okay, I can live with that one. See, I can make my own rules, and I'm not gonna leave you. I'd never leave you with the Ten of Swords or the Three of Swords. I hook you up better than that, Scorpio. You should know by now. So the Heart of the Matter is the Sun card. Now, this is a very positive card. That's why I'm laughing about some of these other cards, these Swords cards. But anyway, the Sun card is everything we can think of that's positive. It's love. That's why they have these people here. It's healing. It's prosperity, you know, like success and just all that good stuff. And it's creativity. And it can be children. So it could be, there's another card here, Page of Cups. I mean, it could be something, you know, hey, honey, I'm pregnant. I'm just going to keep going. We'll see what it says. The Foundation card is the Emperor card, and this can connect to Aries. It's supposed to connect to Aries. I really feel strongly that it should be Capricorn, but that's neither here nor there. It's an energy of somebody who is very authoritarian, okay? So it is actually associated with, I believe it's associated with judges, but I think it's also associated with, what do you call them, like soldiers and police officers, so that, you know, people that are in law and order. And that's the mentality of the Emperor. So it can be somebody who's pretty rigid in their beliefs, and they don't realize that everything isn't black and white, and they can want, and because of this, they can be very controlling. Okay, so with the Sun card, and the Sun represents Leo, I mean, this could be one of those deals where you're with somebody who is very controlling, and you fall in love with somebody that has more of that inner child. The Emperor, to me, would be somebody that lost their inner child, and so they're kind of like on this power trip. And Scorpio is a strange sign, you know, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, it's complicated. You're a complicated sign. And, you know, it's almost like you've got like two sides to you. And there's a part of Scorpio that I see as very traditional. So you may be like, if you're married to somebody, you may be like, I have to stay with them, or, you know, the equivalent of marriage, and you may feel that strong sense of loyalty. I could certainly see that. But if you're not happy, you're not happy, and you are a water sign, so the emotional fulfillment becomes that much more of a big deal with you. So there could be that kind of a conundrum happening. And let's just keep going here, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. And also, too, the Emperor could even be a boss that is very authoritarian. And with the Sun card, this could be you coming into your own, you blossoming, and even thinking, hey, I can have my own business. I don't have to rely on somebody else to employ me. And kind of realizing that. There's a creativity with the Sun card that I could associate with entrepreneurship. And what's crossing you is the Wheel of Fortune. So maybe right now, for whatever reason, now this is funny because Jupiter is connected to this card. Jupiter is in the second house of earned income for you. So that should not be bad, but maybe that's part of the problem, is that maybe you're making a lot of money, but your boss is an asshat. And you don't want to work for this person, but you're making a boatload of money. So that may discourage you from going out on your own because you feel like, ugh, you know. Normally, if I saw this Wheel of Fortune card in the challenging position, I would say, oh, well, you know, maybe you're not in a really strong cycle for, you know, launching your own business. But actually, to me, it seems like you really have a lot of good stuff happening, you know, that potential good stuff. And so it's kind of like one of those, you know, mixed blessings, if you will. The higher message, so this is more on the symbolic level, is the Eight of Cups, leaving what no longer serves you. And because I associate this card with you, Scorpio, but the big piece to this is, you know, feeling an emotional satisfaction. What is that worth in dollars and cents? You know, the Sun card is feeling alive. If somebody, if it's in the workplace, if it's in your private life, is making you feel, and I'm saying not that they have control over you, but their influence feels oppressive, all the, you know, money in the world isn't going to change that. You're still going to feel a sense of negativity, and that's not conducive to what the Sun represents, which is that sense of like joy. Talk about negating joy, kill joy. That's what you know, people like this are, and water signs absorb their environment so easily. So it's so important for water signs or empaths in general to be very cognizant of the people, places, and things that they are allowing into their energy field, because it's so, you know, it can be so discombobulating to be in a negative environment. And it just can do a number on those of us who identify like this. And more on the practical level, we have the Page of Cups. And this can be a new emotional feeling for somebody. And again, this, you know, you see the fish jumping out. This could be like with a Pisces. Possibly there's some kind of a pregnancy too that is going on, and maybe it's with the person that you don't want to be with. And so it's like, how do I move on from something when I'm a co-parent? You know, how can I do that? How can I do this to the other person? Every situation is different. I can't, you know, I don't tell people what to do, and it may have nothing to do with an impending, you know, birth of a child or a child that already is here. But you may have to think about your child. That might be what this is saying too. Especially if the child is extra sensitive. That could be what is here with the Page of Cups. A child who, if you have more than one child, is different from the others and takes things a lot more to heart. And your this person, this might be their father, is very overbearing. And they feel a sense of oppression too. And so it's like if you leave that relationship, you're going to help that child, even though you may feel like you're doing something that's wrong. Now, the Sun card might mean that you have met somebody else who gives you the feelings that you always wanted to have, or that you knew that you deserved in a relationship like this. You know what I'm saying? But it could simply mean that this is what you're looking for, that you're looking for true love, and you feel like this relationship has fallen short of that. What's coming in is represented by the Nine of Swords, so this is a feeling of anxiety. Now again, if this is in the workplace, you may be feeling like you have to do something, but you don't know if you can just walk away, like the Eight of Cups suggests. You may still be feeling, maybe you have a child to think about, and you think, how would I raise this child? Would I have enough money to support me and my child? But I'm feeling very anxious too. And so I got this card as the outcome, the Three of Swords. This is a card of feeling rejected. Now, after that Nine of Swords, the Three of Swords is interesting because, as I said, the Sun is at the center of this reading. So what could the Three of Swords mean? The Three of Swords doesn't have to mean just rejection. What it can mean is that you decide to just leave, and you just are definitive about it. It's not just kind of letting this person down easily. You're just like, hey, it's not working. We're better off apart, and you stop the bleeding right away. Okay? And then I got another card. Now, see, both of these, I could have read them very positively, because this one is the Ten of Swords. Now, this can suggest betrayal in some way, but it can also mean that the worst of the situation is over. The number 10 is the end of a cycle. So maybe this has been a long-going ordeal, drawn-out ordeal, and you finally had to be the one to walk away. That might have been what you needed to do, because perhaps you were waiting for that other person to have a come to Jesus moment, and they never did. And sometimes when it gets too intolerable, even people that don't like change end up leaving. And then since I wanted to end on something that wasn't so dramatic, I got the Four of Pentacles. This is a card of sound money management. So if you had any anxieties about a situation, whether it was a place of employment, that's a card that seems to suggest, like the Sun card, that there's prosperity somehow. Maybe you have to have the guts to be able to walk away in order to make it happen. And I'm going to pick an additional card from the Universe Has Your Back deck. I don't know if they call this an oracle deck or just don't even characterize it. It's like affirmations that are based on the Course in Miracles. I'm apologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. But see, that's a double-edged sword, because if you worry, like this card is about worrying, whatever you focus on increases. I think that's one of the laws of attraction. So if you focus on constructive things or creative things like the Sun card, you can grow those things. But isn't it interesting? I'm unapologetic about what I desire. And yes, you have to believe that you're deserving of having happiness on your own terms, not on anybody else's terms, for sure. Okay, Scorpio. Gosh. You know, it's never a dull moment with Scorpio, that's for sure. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. All the best to you. Take care. Bye.